I've been spending quite a lot of time in our trophy lodge since getting the Great One and just trying to determine what we should try to upgrade next. And one thing that's kind of been bothering me is that our Goose display is lacking a little bit. I've always wanted at least one gold of every rare or uncommon that there is, and I think it's bald leucistic and melanistic that we're missing. And I love the look of the bald leucistics. I'd love to get that first, but we're back out here on Hirschfelden, and we're just gonna see if we can get anything to add to that display today. Now, I wanted to at least attempt some realism on this hunt, and generally speaking, goose hunting gets so crazy so fast. A lot of times it ends up shooting a bunch of fleeing geese with the 22, but we've got the 10 gauge and the 16 gauge. I think they'll be a pretty good pair, and I don't know if we've done this or not in the past, but my idea is get a bunch of shots off quickly with the 16 gauge, and then switch to the 10 gauge for some of those shots that are going to require a bit more range. Now, in this particular case, the geese really didn't get as close as I would have liked, so I'm not so sure the 10 gauge is going to help us, but just for the sake of sticking with the plan, I mean, we hit that one. We can at least try a bit, and we'll switch to the 22 to clean up. Actually, though, we have hit every goose with the shotgun. I don't think these two are going to go down without the assistance here of the 22, but that wasn't terrible. And already, we are quickly moving towards the whole thing where we just end up shooting a bunch of geese with the 22 because we've got flocks coming in from both sides. At least I don't see anything special, honestly, in either flock. Any of the ones in this flock, unless they are maybe a rare that I didn't spot, they all seem to be pretty low scoring. We'll try to at least get these ones as they're coming to land though, and then who knows what we can do with the 22 when the others take off. And maybe if we wait just a little longer, because a lot of these are coming a bit closer, we might be able to have a better time actually using the shotgun. Probably could have picked better geese to actually shoot with it, but kind of just the way things go. One is very close here, I could hear it going over top of us. Not a special one, just a 2. And now if we can just find a male or 2 to hit with the 22, I think we'll be lucky to get those couple of respawns. I'm pretty sure it is impossible for a female goose to make gold. Our biggest bald leucistic, if I'm not mistaken, was a level 3 female, but as far as getting the respawns to try to get gold rares, we're gonna have to shoot the males, and honestly, not too bad at shooting. Got a bunch to claim here. I don't think any were all that spectacular, but we'll kind of run through and take a quick look. Brown hybrids, like I said, are basically a common now, so we won't worry about them too much. Maybe if we can get a better one, but we do have a couple of decent ones in the area of 7.8, but I mean, yeah, that is going to be, if I'm not mistaken, at least 3, and maybe others, and I hear more geese coming, so they're not actually broken just yet. If they break, we might have to do some more here. I guess they don't intend to come in here, so at least we don't have to worry about trying to get shots off while claiming things. And I'm not sure. That might have been about everything. I thought we took some longer shots. Yeah, the geese would have been over in this area, and actually it was some of the better ones there. We didn't get too lucky with our shot placement on the bigger ones. And even still, 6.8 is gold, and they are scored by their weight. Now, it's not their exact weight. It's a weird thing in Call of the Wild. Even though animals can be scored by their weight, it's never the exact. The trophy rating can kind of vary a little bit up or down from that weight mark, so even though we were basically at 6.8, not getting a gold yet from any of those, just to kind of drive the point home, 3 brown hybrids in this flock, and actually, I think that was a common. It looked kind of light, but we moved locations here pretty much because the last spot just was not producing, and already we are kind of cutting away one of the realistic elements of this hunt by switching to a tripod. It wouldn't really be that feasible to hunt geese from a tripod in real life, but here we are doing it in Call of the Wild. By the way, just once again, every time, we've got actually a bunch of brown hybrids around here, but another flock taken off. I don't know that we got that level 4 brown hybrid in the first flock very good. I'm gonna try to... I don't know that that is a brown hybrid, and if it's not, it's definitely one we want. Like, it looks a little bit darker towards the head. I don't know how far away that is. It must be pretty far. See if we can get a quick range on it. Yeah, it's 170 plus, so maybe zeroing for 150 is going to help. Just need to get that shot to land. Because I don't know what that is. We finally hit it. So it's going to go down. I really hope that's... I don't think it could be any of the rares that we want, but if it's not a Brown Hybrid, then it's a legitimate rare. As for the level 4 that we hit in the first flock, it might go down. Maybe if we send Search 12 on the trail, we could find it that way. Figures we got the 3 though. And not that he is exactly impressive, but this is the reason I carry a 243 while goose hunting. Everything from fallow deer to red fox to even red deer can be taken with a 243 and getting the full score. Man, it was just a Brown Hybrid. I didn't see like the... For one, it looked like it was darker, but I didn't see the kind of splotchiness you get towards the back of the head and neck area, but still a kind of decent goose. And now we have fallow to go and grab as well. So a nice little bonus, 99.5 score. Like I said, not quite a big one, but I mean, it'll be a respawn, and because we're fairly close to our goose setup, you never know what that could become and when we may encounter whatever that is. You know, I think this is where it could be extremely easy to miss like a ball leucistic or something when there's so many geese flying around. You might just kind of overlook some of those features that make some of the other rares or uncommons a bit more obvious. Like a Brown Hybrid, for instance. They're so light in color, you don't tend to miss them, but a bald leucistic is kind of closer to a common outside of the fact that their neck has like the almost splashiness like a Brown Hybrid, but it's the darker feathers. Anyway though, we are gonna try our best here. 10 gauge really doing well there. I don't think any of these are in range. And again, goose hunting kind of devolving into just trying to get anything we can with the 22. Hopefully get at least something with the 22. Any male that we can take down, we will. And for the most part, they're all kind of getting out there, and I think we'll probably go with that. Yet again, we've got a level 4 Brown Hybrid coming in, so maybe an opportunity to make up for the one that we lost last time in an attempt to shoot a different Brown Hybrid. Kind of an unfortunate way that went, but let's make sure we take this guy first, and with a good shot this time. And actually, one of the best patterns, I guess, of flight that the geese have taken, we can actually take them with the shotguns. Unfortunately, did not load the 10 gauge, so that's going to kind of put a damper on that a little bit. And it sounds like there are more, which surprisingly aren't spooked. I was sure they were going to be. Doesn't look like anything big, but we can go ahead and try to get them too as they're coming in. Not quite as good as the last flock in terms of where they are trying to land at, but hopefully with some kind of decent shooting and a bit of luck as for where the geese are headed, we can make a bit more use of having the shotguns on us this time. I think there was one on the other side, or was that all of them? May have been. Geese coming in yet again though. Luckily that shotgun was enough to take down that. Big flock this time, so I'm not too sure the shotguns are going to be able to take care of all of them, but once again, not any very interesting geese. I'm not sure this is a good idea, but they seem to be flying in a bit of a weird pattern. So my hope is, by shooting them as they're going over us, and at least giving us the ability to be able to basically see where they all are and what direction they're going, maybe we can do half decent. I was kind of worried that they might end up sort of flying out away from us where they tried to land, and I think we did okay with the shotguns. We definitely didn't get all of them, but outside of this one on our left, I think we hit all or all but one, and we can use the 22 to hopefully bring that one down as well. And once again, we're left with just a ton of geese to go and pick up. We did have, I believe, 2 Brown Hybrid level 3s in that flock as well. That's the one thing that I'm kind of disappointed with, as we have one making gold there at 6.9. It was, you know, when you would see a goose that didn't look like the rest of the common geese, it was always kind of, you know, you knew something special was coming. But now I actually think that what so many Brown Hybrid geese might do is cause you to maybe miss something that actually is good. I mean, look at how many Brown Hybrids we're getting as I'm running around and saying that. I think it could be very easy to overlook maybe a gray or a light gray leucistic as a brown hybrid, and, you know, shoot a higher level goose or something like that and leave the actual rare one go. Not that there's anything that's going to be done about that. I mean, brown hybrids are more or less common now, but it is a thing I think about, and I always try to really scan to make sure that there aren't any rare geese. But I mean, the melanistic that's in our lodge, I didn't record it because I didn't realize it was a melanistic. I think it's easy to miss, especially when lighting is always different. Well, that is only about 2 hours overdue. Finally a level 5. I can't believe the amount of time that I've spent goose hunting today, just hoping to achieve that result. I really wanted to get one with a shotgun. It's been a while. We have done it with a number of different shotguns. I don't know for certain that we've shot one with the 16 gauge, so we'll probably do that. I do know that we've gotten one with a 10 gauge. Drop that guy immediately, and frankly, especially after the amount of geese that I've shot over the course of the last couple hours, I'm not going to worry about too many of these other ones. So finally, it may just be a common, but a nice size 8.9 diamond goose shot with a 16 gauge, and like I said, I'm not certain whether or not we've ever done that. Usually, as I've been talking about today, what tends to happen with goose hunting in any capacity is that it just devolves into you end up spooking the geese as you're running around declaring the other ones, shooting a bunch with a 22, and the amount of times that we spooked level 5s and had to shoot them at long distance, I can't even count. It always seems to go that way, but that is the result I was hoping to achieve today. I always feel like if we're going out for a goose hunt, especially something where, you know, it's not like another hunt where we're going and seeking the animals, they more or less have to come to us. So I like to think if I can put enough time in, one will show up, and finally that one did. So I don't know back in the trophy lodge if we have any geese smaller than that. We've started to do pretty good with good sized diamonds, but we'll give it a look. And in fact we do, an 8.8 here from back in September. So we'll remove that and put our new one up. It was almost at 9 as well, 8.96 for that guy. Just a cool little entrance thing we have going on with the geese and the raccoons. So I don't know whether to make it the same. I think we'll do different poses because the raccoons are different poses. Maybe something like that will work. And yeah, it was nice to get out and go for a geese hunt once again. I really do want, as much as they are common now, a diamond brown hybrid. It seems like everybody else has gotten one, but I just continue to get the common diamonds. But to go into the goose display I was talking about quickly, the bald leucistic, yeah, it is a female at 6.3, and a melanistic, it was like 6.78 or something like that, so close to cracking gold. And I always just thought it would be pretty easy to do eventually if we spent enough time goose hunting, but the rares are way more rare now, and who knows? One thing that I know for certain is that we're going to have to put in a lot of time if we do want to get a gold of those last 2 rares. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.